Countless stories tell of people who've experienced profound transformations, whether in their health, finances, relationships, or overall well-being. They seem to step into a new reality, almost as if by magic. Yet, when they share their experiences, one thing stands out. A core principle or process drives their change. The key to their transformation lies within, not in external circumstances. It's the silent, powerful work done at a deeper level, beyond what is visible. A simple, 60-second prayer holds the potential to spark a profound shift in your life. The only condition? Keep it a secret. The reason behind this becomes clear soon enough. The concept of secrecy in spiritual practices has always held a significant place across cultures, and for good reason. In the context of the prayer I'm about to share with you, the element of secrecy is not merely symbolic, it's crucial. You may wonder, why keep this prayer a secret? Why not share it with everyone around me? The answer is simple but profound. Secrecy acts as a protective shield, a safeguard for your inner transformation. In a world full of noise, distractions, and external pressures, the most powerful shifts occur when we consciously protect our internal worlds. This prayer, when said in secrecy, operates on a level that is intimate, personal, and private. It is not just a moment of communication with a higher power. It is a deliberate, intentional act of recalibration that aligns both the body and the mind. When you say the prayer in secrecy, you preserve the sacredness of the moment. This privacy ensures that the purity of the prayer's intention is not contaminated by the judgment or opinions of others. In our culture, we are often taught to externalize our experiences, to seek validation and recognition for our efforts. However, the true power of transformation comes when we turn inward and allow our minds to shift in solitude. In this quiet space, without the interference of external influences, you can align yourself more deeply with your purpose and intention. The secrecy of the prayer acts as a safeguard against the disruption of this process. Secrecy, in this context, is not about hiding or concealing something out of fear. Rather, it is about safeguarding a sacred moment that is critical for your personal transformation. You see, the mind and body are conditioned by external stimuli, and in order to experience real, lasting change, you need to break free from that conditioning. Every day, we are bombarded by messages from the media, our environment, and even well-meaning people around us. These influences constantly tell us how to think, feel, and act, and they can dilute the true power of our intentions. Think of it this way. Imagine trying to focus on a delicate task, like painting a masterpiece, but every time you make a brushstroke, someone is peering over your shoulder, offering unsolicited advice or criticism. This constant external input can make it almost impossible to maintain focus, let alone produce your best work. Similarly, when you allow the noise of the external world to interfere with your most intimate practices, such as this prayer, you risk losing the depth and sincerity of the internal shift that you are striving for. When you say this prayer in secrecy, you are creating a space for your mind and body to recalibrate without being influenced by others. This sacred privacy empowers you to connect with your higher self and cultivate a new internal state that is free from external interference. In this moment of solitude, you become the creator of your own reality, free from the constraints of the past and the pressures of societal expectations. Secrecy, in this sense, becomes a tool for deepening your personal transformation. Why is it so critical to protect your internal state? In a world that constantly demands our attention, it's easy to lose touch with our true selves. The noise of modern life, social media, work pressures, societal expectations, pulls our focus outward, distracting us from the profound shifts that need to occur within. We are often conditioned to believe that change must come from external sources. We wait for a new job to feel successful, for a romantic partner to feel complete, or for financial wealth to feel abundant. But the truth is, real transformation begins within. When you say this prayer in secrecy, you are making a deliberate choice to disconnect from the external world and focus on your internal state. This act of inward focus is not only empowering, but it also holds the key to unlocking your true potential. The prayer allows you to recalibrate your internal system, aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your highest purpose and deepest desires. It becomes a sacred moment where you set your intention and shift the direction of your life in a way that is free from the distractions of the outside world. Think of it like this. When you plant a seed, you don't expose it to harsh winds, bright lights, or constant disturbance. Instead, you keep it in a quiet, nurturing environment where it can take root and grow. Similarly, when you speak this prayer in secrecy, you are planting the seeds of transformation in the fertile soil of your soul, allowing them to grow without interference. It's in these private moments that you allow the deeper, more authentic parts of yourself to come to the surface and guide you toward lasting change. To truly understand the power of secrecy in this process, we must first explore how the mind and body are deeply intertwined. Neuroscience has shown us that our thoughts and emotions have a direct impact on our physical well-being. When we experience negative emotions, such as stress, fear, or anxiety, the body reacts by releasing stress hormones like cortisol. Over time, this constant release of stress chemicals can have a detrimental effect on our health, leading to chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, heart disease, and weakened immune function. On the other hand, positive emotions, such as love, joy, and peace, trigger the release of chemicals like oxytocin and endorphins, which promote healing and overall well-being. The prayer, when said in secrecy, can help shift your emotional state from one of stress and tension to one of peace and tranquility. By focusing inward and creating a space of inner calm, you are reprogramming your body to operate from a place of balance and health. In essence, this prayer serves as a tool for healing, not just on an emotional or psychological level, but on a physical level as well. As you engage in this practice, you are activating the body's natural healing processes, promoting the release of healing chemicals, and reducing the harmful effects of stress. The secrecy of the prayer amplifies this healing process, allowing you to tap into a deeper level of transformation that is not bound by the limitations of the external world. One of the primary reasons that this prayer is so transformative is its ability to break the cycle of addiction to the old self. As we discussed earlier, many people are addicted to their past, their familiar thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. These old patterns create a sense of comfort, even if they are no longer serving us in a positive way. This addiction to the past can keep us trapped in a cycle of unfulfillment, always looking outside for something to make us feel better. The prayer, when said in secrecy, helps to interrupt this cycle by shifting your focus inward. Instead of looking outside for validation or relief, you are turning your attention toward the inner transformation that is needed to break free from these old patterns. By focusing on the prayer in secrecy, you create a space where the mind and body can release old beliefs, emotional baggage, and behaviors that no longer serve your highest good. The secrecy of the prayer serves as a powerful tool for detaching from the old self and embracing a new, empowered version of yourself. As you continue to say the prayer in secret, you begin to reprogram your subconscious mind, replacing the old patterns with new, healthier beliefs and behaviors. This process of reprogramming is gradual but profound, leading to lasting changes in your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. One of the most powerful aspects of this prayer is its ability to reprogram the mind. Our thoughts shape our reality, and the beliefs we hold about ourselves and the world influence the choices we make every day. When we say this prayer in secrecy, we are consciously choosing to let go of the limiting beliefs and negative thought patterns that have been ingrained in our minds over time. Through this practice, we begin to rewire the brain, creating new neural pathways that support our desired outcomes. This is not a mere act of positive thinking. It's a deliberate, conscious effort to reshape the brain's response to external stimuli. As we consistently engage in this practice, we start to notice shifts in our behavior, our emotional responses, and even our physical health. The more we say the prayer in secrecy, the more deeply we embed these new beliefs into our subconscious mind, creating lasting transformation from the inside out. The prayer serves as a catalyst for this reprogramming process, providing the space for us to detach from the old self and step into a new, empowered version of who we are. By protecting this practice through secrecy, we ensure that the purity of this transformation is not compromised by external influences, allowing us to fully embrace the power of our own potential. The mind and body are deeply intertwined, and understanding this connection is the first step toward harnessing the power of transformation. The idea that thoughts can change biology is not some abstract concept but a scientifically proven fact. Through research in neuroscience, we now know that the brain is not static but malleable. This process, known as neuroplasticity, refers to the brain's remarkable ability to rewire itself, forming new neural pathways in response to the thoughts we think and the experiences we undergo. This is the core of how we can influence our biology and ultimately change who we are at a fundamental level. When we realize that the brain is capable of changing in response to our thoughts, we understand that the mind is far more powerful than we ever imagined. It means that each thought we think has the potential to shape our reality, creating new pathways in the brain and allowing for the transformation of our bodies, our behaviors, and our very sense of self. Neuroplasticity isn't just about theoretical ideas. It has real-world applications. Take, for example, someone who has been living with chronic stress or anxiety. Research has shown that consistent thoughts of stress can physically alter the brain's structure. The amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing emotions like fear, can become overactive. However, the good news is that just as negative patterns can reshape the brain, so too can positive, intentional thoughts. When someone actively works on shifting their mindset, practicing mindfulness, meditation, or affirmations, they can effectively retrain their brain, reprogramming the neural pathways that once supported fear and anxiety into those that support calm, clarity, and confidence. At the heart of this transformation is the understanding that we are not passive recipients of our thoughts but active participants in their creation. When we observe our thoughts with intention, we unlock the power to change. This is where the concept of self-awareness comes into play. By the time we reach the age of 35, we are living out the majority of our lives according to habitual thoughts, feelings, and behaviors. These patterns are deeply embedded in the subconscious mind, and they govern how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. Much of what we think and feel on a daily basis happens on autopilot, driven by past experiences, societal conditioning, and learned behaviors. These patterns are so ingrained in us that we rarely question them or even notice their influence. This is why most people find themselves stuck in repetitive cycles, unable to break free from the patterns that no longer serve them. The habits of the past become the lens through which we see the present and project into the future. But the good news is that once we become aware of these unconscious patterns, we have the power to change them. The first step in transformation is learning to observe your thoughts and behaviors without judgment. This is where the power of conscious observation comes in. By becoming the observer of your thoughts rather than the thinker, you create a space for change to happen. You no longer identify with the patterns of the past. Instead, you see them for what they are, habits that can be reprogrammed. One of the most important areas of the brain involved in transformation is the frontal lobe. This part of the brain is responsible for executive functions such as decision-making, problem-solving, planning, and creative thinking. It is also where we experience our sense of self and our ability to act with intention. The frontal lobe plays a crucial role in how we shape our reality, as it allows us to make conscious choices and take deliberate action. The act of speaking or thinking certain words with intention activates the frontal lobe, signaling the brain and body to shift toward a new state of being. When you consciously engage with a transformative prayer or affirmation, you are calling upon this part of the brain to help you step into a new reality. The prayer is not merely words but a tool for shifting your mindset, activating your creativity, and breaking free from the autopilot mode that often governs our behavior. By repeating the prayer daily, you are consistently reinforcing the new neural pathways that support your desired transformation. This repetition not only helps to reprogram your thoughts but also signals to your body that change is possible. Your brain starts to form new connections that support your growth, and over time, your behavior and your biology begin to reflect this shift. Change is often uncomfortable. It's easy to stay within the confines of what we know because it feels safe. The unknown, however, is where transformation happens. When you engage in practices that promote growth, such as the 60-second prayer, you are taking the first step into this unknown territory. It's like standing on the bank of a river, ready to step in, unsure of what the current holds. This discomfort is natural, as it's the body's resistance to change. The body, which has become the mind, is trying to pull you back to the familiar, to the known patterns of the past. The river of change represents the journey from the old self to the new self. It's not about making giant leaps all at once, but about taking one small step into discomfort. The discomfort you feel when you first step into the river is simply the old self trying to maintain control. It's the body's attachment to the past, to the habitual thoughts and behaviors that have defined who you are up until this point. But when you choose to observe this discomfort rather than react to it, you break free from the pull of the old self. You step into the river of change and begin to flow with it, rather than against it. This is where the real transformation begins. You start to embrace the uncertainty and discomfort, knowing that it is a sign of growth. Now, let's take a closer look at the 60-second prayer. It's a simple but powerful tool that can be used every day to activate the process of transformation. The beauty of this prayer lies in its brevity and its potency. It's not about asking for something externally. Rather, it's a declaration of who you are becoming and an invitation for the universe to align with your highest potential. The prayer is designed to help you focus your mind and connect with your deeper self. By repeating it each day, you are reinforcing your commitment to the process of transformation. It serves as a reminder that you are not the sum of your past experiences, but a dynamic, evolving being capable of creating a new reality. Here's the prayer again. I am whole, I am complete, I am free. I am the creator of my reality. I release the old self and step into the unknown, trusting that the universe is guiding me. I am open to change, I am open to abundance, I am open to love. My heart is aligned with my highest potential, and I trust in the process of becoming. This prayer is not just about the words you speak, but the energy you put behind them. When you say these words with full intention, you are signaling to your brain and body that you are ready for transformation. You are telling your subconscious mind that you are no longer attached to the past and that you are open to the new possibilities that await you. As you engage with this prayer, you are also engaging in the process of reprogramming your body and mind. The brain's neuroplasticity allows for the creation of new neural pathways, and these pathways are reinforced by the thoughts you think and the actions you take. By focusing on the words of the prayer, you are actively changing the way your brain processes information. You are creating new connections that support your transformation. But this shift isn't limited to just the brain. Your body also responds to your thoughts and intentions. Research has shown that our thoughts can influence the expression of our genes, which in turn affects our health and well-being. This means that when you consciously engage with transformative practices, you are not only changing your thoughts but also altering the very biology of your body. The 60-second prayer, when practiced regularly, becomes a catalyst for this shift. It aligns your thoughts with your highest potential, guiding your mind and body toward a state of wholeness and freedom. The more you practice, the more your biology adapts to the new patterns you are creating, reinforcing the changes you seek. Engaging with this prayer creates a profound shift on a quantum level. Quantum physics shows us that reality is fluid, shaped by our consciousness. Our thoughts, emotions, and energy interact with the quantum field, influencing the world around us. By saying this prayer, you shift your internal state, which in turn impacts your external reality. This prayer helps move you from lack to abundance, fear to trust, and the known to the unknown. Transformation begins when you realize the universe is always in motion. When you align with the energy of change, you tap into infinite potential. Instead of waiting for external events to change how you feel, you take charge and shift your internal state, actively creating the reality you desire. At the core of existence is the quantum field, a vast, interconnected energy matrix beyond time and space. Your thoughts, emotions, and intentions directly influence this field, creating ripples that shape your world. When you set an intention, especially with the power of this prayer, you're not just hoping for change, you are guiding the quantum field to align with your desired reality. Each time you speak this prayer, you realign your energy and intention, tapping into the universal flow of abundance. This shift affects how you experience life, drawing opportunities and experiences that reflect your new energetic state. This prayer impacts your biology as well as your mind. Neuroscience shows the body and mind are closely linked. When you experience stress or fear, your body reacts chemically, either hindering or supporting transformation. By engaging with this prayer, you send new signals to your brain and body, influencing your stress response. Instead of reacting with tension or fear, your body releases chemicals that promote relaxation and peace. Over time, this practice rewires your body's automatic responses, replacing stress hormones with those that support calm and balance. As you continue this process, it becomes your new normal, allowing you to move through life with ease and peace. Transformation is a continuous journey. This prayer is essential in helping you step beyond the limitations of the past and embrace the unknown. Each time you repeat it, you reaffirm your intention to grow. Transformation doesn't happen overnight, but small, significant shifts will begin to manifest. New opportunities, greater peace, or changes in your relationships. These subtle changes will eventually become more pronounced. The process is like crossing a river, initially cold and uncomfortable, but as you continue, it becomes natural. The more you commit to this prayer, the more you will step into new phases of life. This prayer shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance. Many people are conditioned to focus on what they lack, but by saying this prayer, you shift to an energy of openness and abundance. Gradually, your perception of your circumstances changes, and the scarcity mindset dissolves. Your body also aligns with this new energy, sending signals that it's safe to embrace abundance. As your mind and body align with this energy, your reality begins to reflect it. Opportunities that once seemed out of reach will start to appear, and you'll attract situations and people that resonate with your new energy. This transformation is gradual, but with consistent practice, abundance becomes a natural part of your experience. Personal transformation doesn't only affect you, it sends ripples outward, impacting those around you. Your positive energy influences your relationships, your career, and your environment. Like a pebble in a pond, your transformation creates waves that affect others. Over time, you'll notice your relationships improve, your career flourish, and a deeper sense of connection with the world. By aligning with abundance and possibility, you not only change your life but inspire others to do the same. Your transformation becomes a beacon for others to step into their own potential, creating a ripple effect of positive change in the world.